Okay, we are going to continue in Siman Reish Nun Beis, in middle of Sif Beis. We said yesterday that a person is able to give his suit to the cleaners before Chashecha. However, as long as it's a set fee, or he's doing it b'toivas hana. However, and that's rule number one. Rule number two is that he cannot tell him to do it on Shabbos, and he has to do it b'beisai. So let's see this inside. Let's see this inside. Mutalitim gadol lekoivus ein Yehudi samach lechashecha im katzas leidamim or toivas hana v'hu shalay yaimalai lasois b'Shabbos. You cannot tell him to do it on Shabbos. V'gam shiyasa ein Yehudi hamalacha b'beisa. The guy needs to do it in his own house. Let's see the mishna berurah. Lasois b'Shabbos v'chein amar lekoivus. The same thing if he tells the laundry mat re'ei. If you pull up an Erev Shabbos, we just started Chaim, a minute ago, and you tell them that I need it to be done the 5 minutes after Shabbos, I'm pulling up and I expect my suit back, and it's right before Erev Shabbos. You're leaving town Motzei Shabbos. Even if it's a sef fee, it's still also the kimashi. It's impossible to finish up because you're coming so close to Shabbos. Then have it like Elohim befeirush. It's like in telling him befeirush shichabes b'Shabbos v'havei kishluchai. So the case is that a person brought his suit to the cleaners 5 minutes before Shabbos. He says, I need it to be done immediately after Shabbos. That it's also usher because there's no way to clean the suit unless he does it on Shabbos. And 9 they talk about same thing with a newspaper, that it's going to come out on Shabbos. Can you pay a advertisement on something in there on that the newspaper is going to come out on Shabbos newspaper? They bring them Chelkas Yaakov, that it's usher, because he's basically saying meferish. When you go in and put it on the New York Times Shabbos edition, you're basically saying meferish that you want it to come out on Shabbos. And we all know, when do they do the printing? They print it the night before, which is Friday night. So it's like telling them to do the advertisement on Shabbos. What about a check or a wire?
What about if you pay for a 7-day advertisement? Is that the same?
So that's
thing?
a very good question. That you could say 7-day advertisement. You could say you're paying for the bulk. It is a good question. If it's dafka has to be also on Shabbos, then you might have an issue. It's a very good point. Even a 7-day advertisement, if they're guaranteeing you Shabbos morning, it's like you're asking it also to be specifically on Shabbos. It probably will be an issue. So that would think. What about a check or a wire that's going to happen on Shabbos? Is that an issue or not? So the mice they bring down from the Shalosh Chuvas Chesed Eifud, the Chayr should be a problem because you tell them to do a malacha on Shabbos, to do the check or the wire on Shabbos. However, they bring down that Meidach, you could say, to be lenient a little, is that the bankers themselves specifically don't care to do it on Shabbos, to send out that wire. Therefore, it's good enough to tell them that you walk into the bank, you tell the manager, say, listen, I don't care. I'm looking now. It says that the 12th, whatever the day is, it's going to be Shabbos. I don't care if I get it on the 12th. I could get it by Monday. So even if they end up doing that wire or anything on Shabbos, that's okay. Yeah. What about today? It's a very, very good question. Giving your car to the mechanic. Yes.
Or giving your clothes out to be...
Yeah, so we said that before, a few minutes ago regarding giving your clothes to the laundry right before Shabbos. If you need it immediately, Motzei Shabbos, it's an issue. Otherwise, as long as you have the 3 sets of rules, which is a set fee, and you tell him not to do it on Shabbos, you don't make up that he should do it on Shabbos, and he doesn't do it in your house, it's not a problem.
He doesn't know rules or anything, but you give it to him and you don't say anything, and it can be done on Shabbos or could be done after Shabbos.
Correct, that's mutter. That's what happens today. Can you go today and drop off a suit in the cleaners on Friday? The answer is yes, because you don't care when it's done. Hopefully, sometimes deep down, you could hope and daven that you might get lucky. If you see it's a quiet, you'll go could you go to a quiet store? Might be mutter. Again, it's a sefi. You're not telling to do it, dafka on Shabbos. And again, he's not doing it in your house. What about giving a car to a mechanic?
I like that one.
Oh, so they bring, even if you're going to find out, they bring from the Arletzi, and even if you know that the mechanic is going to fix it on Shabbos, it's still mutter. Again, you can't tell him, I expect this Sunday morning, first thing in the morning. Because then, how else is he fixing your engine if not on Shabbos? Okay. Let's continue. Bebeisai, right? So Leimer can be that the guy is doing the malacha in your house. Shalai beveis Yisrael. It has to be in a guy's house. Because if it would be in your house, it would look like your shlichus. Because of Chayei Adam Beis Yisrael, also afilu mudavar shemin kol eir litne bekablonis v'loy also lemechshed de b'schir yoyim. They're not going to be chayshed. They say you're a schir yoyim, like a contractor. It's still aser. Mitam zed the yoyim should sivo lasis b'Shabbos. Because if I pull up to your house on Friday night and I see workers, even as a contractor, a lot of people today, we want to do a paint job. They don't pay by the hour. They say, you know what? Do this paint. How long is that? What's going to cost me? $1,000 for the house. You pull up Friday night in your house. You see them painting. It's very highly suspicious. People are going to think he's pressuring him to do it on Friday night itself. Therefore, it's a problem. However, so let's go in there. Amma brings down. V'em loy katzatz. You don't have a set fee. Then Aser be'erev Shabbos. And we're going to see the Mishnah Berurah is going to say Dafka and Erev Shabbos. It's Aser Wednesday, Thursday. Might not be a problem. V'ayin la'el simrish mem zayin the yishchalkin. In Ma'aseh lebechinam dahina b'tovis anah. That it's still an issue, and it would be usher. So let's see it inside the Mishnah Berurah. He didn't give him how much it's going to cost. He's hoping and he's praying that he's going to get, payment. It's still usher, which means you don't say that the guy's working for himself. If I don't make up with you exactly $12, whatever I'm making up, as much as you're hoping and praying and expecting to get paid, you're still deep down, he knows there's a possibility that you might, squeeze him a little and not pay. Be'erev Shabbos, so it says in Erev Shabbos, it's a problem. The kashenais loy be'erev Shabbos, when you give it on Erev Shabbos, mechzikilu nois lo manash yas b'Shabbos. When I give it on Friday, it looks like I wanted him to do it on Shabbos. So kashakotzatz, now that I'm giving you a set fee, that daitin that sheikavid, you're doing it for yourself, that you're doing it quickly. Loy mechzikilu loy melekain. It's not like you're telling him to do it on Shabbos. Today, in Kufas Tammuz, where it's very long Shabbosim, it's not before 8:20. Shkia is not before 8:20. And Friday morning is plenty of time to do a quick oil change, whatever he's going to be doing. Mutter filu be'erev Shabbos. Then it's mutter le'erev Shabbos. Even they bring down when the guy tells you, okay, listen, you want me to, but you could drop off your car. I'm letting you know I have a long backlog. I'm probably going to end up doing it Saturday morning. It's still mutter zakashal mazaman orbach. Why? Because l'maisa, if you really want, you could do it now. The guy has plenty of time. I said earlier there was a backlog. Sorry, it can be that there's a backlog. You pull up to the mechanic and he's quiet, and he's like, you know what? Do you mind if I do it Saturday morning? I'm lazy right now. I'll do it for you because I'm open and I'm an employee. I have to do it. He says, I'm not in a rush. You could do it Monday. You could do whatever. I need it back by Monday. Or I says, not even that. I need it back by Monday. I need it back by tomorrow night. It'll be ready. He goes, yes. So since he has the choice to do it today on Friday, and he's pushing it off, the reason why he's pushing it off is not because of you. It's because of himself. And Mela, it is mutter. Vafilu loy katzatz lekula alma. Even if you didn't set up a feet, lekula alma, it's a problem. Umashadik arma be'erev Shabbos. If you look in the Arma, it says clearly Erev Shabbos. The revi v'chamisha shu muflik min Shabbos. There's plenty of time. Mutter lita le'afilu she'ein yachol legamer kaidem Shabbos kimishal arma le'shiasa b'Shabbos. Wow! If I give you something that's going to take a week to fix, alternator, whatever it is, something complex, in your car, I pull up Wednesday morning. It is mutter, even though it's going to take a week to fix. So you might be working on Shabbos. They're open 7 days a week. It's still mutter. We did learn earlier, Allah is the early Samanim, Stamazay, that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we learned this with Le'inyan, traveling on a ship, that Le'inyan Chilul Shabbos of the ship. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you don't have to worry about Chilul Shabbos in the future. Even if something might end up with Chilul Shabbos, today is Sunday, I don't have to think about Shabbos yet. But here we're talking about even on Wednesday, Thursday, it's still mutter. However, some say that with the Taivas and no, they hold it's still a problem. When he's doing something for free, it's like he's not getting a sefi. And he's working for you. He's working for you. He holds like that. Mishnah Berurah, Sif Katan Zayin. There we learned about Riches. Okay. Bechinam imloy she'eni Yehudi. Bechinam means Tavis Anam. Ba'atzim maschum Yisrael loy mishyasal bechinam. If the guy approaches you and offers you to do it for free, then we will agree. Like we learned this in Rishman Zayin already, that if he walks over to you, there's a big difference if you ask him for a favor or he comes and offers. When someone comes and offers, it's a higher madrega, right? If you're offering, we could say that it's for sure doing it. He's doing it as a karsatayv. He's doing it for himself because you helped him in the past, and he's willing to come. Okay. Now, Mr. Fishman, we're continuing in Siv base. V'imra'o, here. V'imra'o hoysay melachti b'Shabbos. What happens? You pull up, and you see the guy doing it on Shabbos. If he's doing like the case where he's doing it for free, you have to tell him, stop. Even if it was for a few days before. So let's see inside the Mishnah Berurah. Even though the Mechaber was making earlier, it's fine to give it for free. That's in the sinner of Tovus and Shabbos. I don't care what's going to happen on Shabbos. Even if he knows that since he's not telling him specifically to do it, he's not instructing him, like we saw with this of Kata Gimel. However, I pull up the house and I see him doing it. Since he's not getting paid, it looks like he's doing it for you. You have to tell him. However, if you told him earlier that you're going to pay him, even though you didn't give him a specific amount, he's working for himself. Okay, let's continue. Even the Mishnah Berurah feared ice, the Ramah feared ice. Like we learned, even for you days early, it's still mutter. When you see him, you have to protest. However, this person is a schir yoim, which is totally usher. Now, he wants to work in his own house, b'tzina. Once you find out that he's doing this, and he's a schir yoim, he's also af b'sheino selafon, even though he's not doing it in front of you. What happens? You tell him to do shoes. So we learned this. When I tell you to do shoes, till the shoe is made for me, it still belongs to the guy. It's not that I take my own suit and bring it to the cleaners. I'm asking him to create for me something from his own materials. Since it's his own materials, Avadi's doing the materials for me, but it belongs to him. I feel like katzatz. Why? It's not yet mine, these pair of shoes. If I want, this person, this shoemaker, could go and sell it to somebody else if someone comes and make a new pair. Therefore, it's not considered his. And therefore, he's not doing like this. Let's just start Siv Gimel, and we'll pick up from where we leave off next week, Sunday. Means to say is, he's doing it in a place that's public, everyone knows, and everyone knows, not only everyone sees it, everyone knows that he's doing it for the Yisrael. We should be machmer. For example, the iris lab, then you're taking this iris, the leather, to tan it, v'kein lakoivus, you're taking this kalit, staman, and Dirshu Yisrael. You have no way of knowing when you take this leather for the tannery that belongs to Yisrael. Even if it's in public, and as long as it's sefi. Everyone knows that belongs to Yisrael. Then tzarich limchas biyada shalayalasis b'Shabbos. Why? The person has seen any of their shekatzas v'asel limchas. Then we can tell him he's a schir yaim, like we saw Rishman Dalet Aleph. And over there we should check out Taka b'Sif Dalet Daser Shulchan Aruch Sham. Then Taka Medina also was there. And Ein Sham be'Arlocha the Maskul Dina. There it says the Chayr steers in Shulchan Aruch. Here it says Tayv LaHachmir. In Rishman Dalet we learn make our din. It's usher. Lamaisa they bring down that it's taco. We should hold Meikar Adin. We're going to stop here, and we will pick up Mirz Hashem next week from the middle of Siv Gimel.